Hey everyone, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk through some of the book recommendations you gave to me. Now, I will get into how I asked for these recommendations and I'm excited to dig in. I have a feeling that you all know me better than I know myself. So, I'm super excited to dig into, I don't know, 5 to 10 recommendations, as however many, about 30 minutes will allow, or around 20 to 25 minutes will allow. And that is the goal of the video, to look at and dig into some recommendations that you gave to me. Okay, I think I've said that now 3 times. So if you're new to my channel, then hi, welcome. You have clicked on a cracking video, one that I think will be quite entertaining. If anything, it will give you some insight about what people think of me. And if you're new and you're enjoying this, and if you didn't know my name already, my name is Shelly. And I would encourage you to subscribe, stick around, and now let's get into the meat of this video. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm in my like cozy, like not my cute cozy sweatshirt. I'm in my like cozy sweatshirt. The one that hardly ever sees the internet because I just wear it and I just want it to be snuggly and cozy, and that is what's happening today. So I put up a community post that I hopefully will insert right now. And I said, if you were to recommend me in particular one book, what would you recommend? And oh boy, oh boy, y'all came out, y'all showed out for this. So I got like 60, like somewhere between 50 and 60 recommendations. And I wanted to go through them. Of course, I want to buy all of them. I will probably, I don't know. I cannot promise that I will buy any of these, but it is tempting when somebody gives, like it is a tempting thing when somebody gives me a specific recommendation and it's one of y'all, like y'all know my reading taste. And, and anyways, it's so like, oh my goodness, it's so funny. So like, I want to buy them, but you know, I have a budget. We're in a bit of a time of austerity right now. I'm super busy anyways, and I have a ton of books that I haven't read yet, but ooh, it is tempting. It is tempting. So right now I'm just going to scoot. I'm going to scoot a little bit. I'm so cozy. My computer is right here. And we're just going to go through. We're going to go through some of these. So I think I have these in the order of your comments. So Medium John Silver recommended to me Lost Horizon by James Hilton. Oh, that's something else that was really interesting about these recommendations, is that I have not even heard of some of these, several of these books. I have no idea what they're about. These are new to me, and that's always really exciting as a book lover and as a reader. Oh, you know, it's just, it's an exciting moment, you know. How do I say it? I love books so much that I'm ever so grateful and glad that there are new books to discover, you know? Like that just excites me. So, Lost Horizon is by James Hilton. It was written or published in 1933. The book was turned into a film called Lost Horizon, directed by Frank Capra. I don't want to read the plot because I don't want to spoil it for me. This story is about Hugh Conway, who saw humanity at its worst while fighting in the trenches of the First World War. So now it's a decade later, and Conway, our protagonist, is a British diplomat serving in Afghanistan and facing war yet again. This time, a civil conflict forces him to flee the country by plane. While on the plane, he crashes into the Himalayas. John is the lovely person who recommended me this book. He is all about adventure novels. I think that his taste most overlaps with Michael K. Vaughan, who Michael K. Vaughan and I'm sure agree every once in a while on a book. So I think of medium John Silver as somebody who really likes like adventure novels and 20th century classics in that, or yeah, like it's just there's this like time period that he really loves and reads in, and I don't necessarily spend as much time in that time period. So this sounds to me like a medium John Silver book, you know? Like I'm not surprised that he recommended this to me because we already have a plane crash and this is just the summary. So Conway and the other survivors are found by a mysterious guide that leads them to the hidden valley of Shangria. And so basically this place is like paradise because the inhabitants have lived in peace and harmony in a fertile valley. And basically, you know, after he spends time there, the protagonist has to face like going home, which is full of conflict. So interesting. I didn't expect that. It's a short book. It's only 166 pages, and I could actually get it for free on my Kindle right now because I am subscribing to Kindle Unlimited. So that was our first recommendation. Interesting. So the next recommendation is from Cameed's Journey, who I think of as Cameed, but I don't know if that's even right. So hi Cameed's Journey. Also, hi John, you know, just love y'all so much, and the fact that you know, comment and show up and are always willing to interact, you know. But Cameed's Journey recommended The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafran, and this was published in 2001 by a Spanish writer. So it is a translated book, and it was translated, I guess the most popular translation is by Lucia Graves, and more than 1 million copies have been sold. So was this turned into a trilogy? It was turned into a trilogy. So The Shadow of the Wind is, after it was written, there was a prequel written and then a sequel written. So it is a historical fiction mystery fantasy novel. It has super high ratings on Goodreads, 4.29. And here is what the back cover apparently says. Barcelona, and I have heard of this book. I have, but I couldn't have told you anything about it. It's one of those books that like, it is in my library, you know, it's like deep in there as like when I read all those lists about the best books of all time, I'm sure that this has been on it, or the last books in the last 20 years, you know, anything like that. I'm so sure that this book is on it. So I know I've heard of this book. I've just never had it specifically recommended to me, nor have I really heard anyone talk about it on BookTube, but that could just be the channels that I watch and this, you know, kind of the smaller group of people that I interact with. Nobody's picked this book up in particular recently. So here is what the back cover says. Barcelona, 1945. A city slowly heals from its war wounds. We are just hanging out in World War I and World War II so far with these recommendations. And Daniel, an antiquarian book dealer's son who mourns the loss of his mother, finds solace in a mysterious book entitled The Shadow of the Wind. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. So I'm getting the vibe that this is going to be a book about books. I like that. I'm getting excited already. And this, The Shadow of the Wind, is by Julian Carax. But when he sets out to find the author's other works, he makes a shocking discovery. Someone has been systematically destroying every copy of every book Carax has ever written. In fact, Daniel may have the last of Carax's books in existence. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. Soon, Daniel's seemingly innocent quest opens a door into one of Barcelona's darkest secrets. An epic story of murder, madness, and doomed love. Okay, well, I need to go shopping soon because this sounds really good. Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's see how long. 487 pages. Doable. This sounds good. Lucas, I believe, whose username is LUUC4WS, recommended to me at Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I love that book. I've read it. I love it. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I really, really think Betty Smith was a wonderful observer of her time, and just, oh, I love that book. I have so many fond feelings of that book. So it's so encouraging when someone's like, I think you'll like this. And you're like, well, I've already read it and I loved it, you know? So that, you were right there. You were right on it, Lucas. I've already read it. So Heidi from My Reading Life recommended Elena Knows by Claudia Pinheiro. This was a huge book. Last year, Claudia Pinheiro has like a new book out. But let me see what it's about. And I actually own this one. It's on my Kindle. I just haven't read it yet. Claudia Pinheiro is an Argentinian author. The Elena Knows was actually shortlisted for the International Booker last year, 2022. And here is what it's about. I've heard it's like really good. It's a mystery and it's really good. So a unique tale that interweaves crime fiction with intimate tales of morality and search for individual freedom. So that is kind of like the blurb. It's rated really highly on Goodreads. It's rated at a 4.9. I personally don't care about Goodreads ratings, really. To me, that just means that it's a crowd pleaser, and sometimes I don't like crowd pleasing books. It's just the truth of it. And sometimes a book that's rated lower, like in the threes, like a 3.5 star book, might be a 5-star book for me, because the things that don't work for other people specifically are the exact things that worked for me. So I take Goodreads ratings with a grain of salt, and sometimes if it's rated super high, I actually don't like it, because the thing that has pleased so many people, I find maybe cliche or predictable. And so it's just like, it's kind of neat that so many people have loved it, considering that it's a translated work and it got a lot of praise last year. So it's not a critique on that. It's more of a critique on like the way we rate things and the fact that, you know, it's just what a group says, and is the group, you know, we don't have much data about the group, you know, and you can rate it without even having read it. And are most of these ratings from people that are like from 18 to 22, and how would that scale against somebody who's not in that age group, that kind of thing. So I like to think about it more dynamically, and it's just like a data point that I very much brush over as I'm thinking about books. Okay, wow, y'all are getting like all of my stuff. So it says, after Rita is found dead in the bell tower of the church she used to attend, the official investigation into the incident is quickly closed. Her sickly mother is the only person still determined to find the culprit. Chronicling the difficult journey across the suburbs of the city, an old debt and revealing conversation, Elena Knows unravels the secrets of its character and the hidden facets of authoritarianism and hypocrisy in our society. Sounds good. I think it's a short book. It's short. It's 143 pages. Like, I really have to just get on it, especially since it's Shorty September right now. I have not yet made my official October TBR video, and so I'm like, maybe some of these should be on my official TBR video, especially since I already own it. It seems like every other book I'm remembering to say hi. So hi Lucas, hi Heidi, and now hi SoCalTubi 8984. SoCalTubi 8984, who recommended Foe by Ian Reid. Okay, so Reid, the author, is a Canadian author, and let's think. Foe was released or published in 2018. It is a psychological thriller and horror fiction against a science fiction backdrop. It's a philosophical suspense story. I think that's all. Let's see. Foe is set near it. Foe, the bug. I feel like I'm saying it as if it's a person. The book Foe is set in the near future and is about a married couple living on a remote farm whose lives are thrown in turmoil when a stranger arrives. Okay, well, that sounds really good. I think that when this was recommended to me, it was recommended as like a quick and dirty, like a quick, all-consuming read. And I do like that. I like philosophical puzzles as well, especially if they're done well. So interesting. I'm thinking about it. BJ Milton recommended to me a book that actually has been recommended before, but I've not read. Actually, BJ and we like another wonderful commenter, and BJ has recommended books to me that I've read, which was kind of funny. It was a little like back and forth thing that we had. And actually, the book Woman of Troublesome Creek by Richardson. Let me see the author's name. By Kim Michelle Richardson has been recommended to me before a couple of different times from a couple of different people whom I really enjoy their comments. So, this isn't the first time. And so I feel like this is one that I should like probably get on, not that I want to should on myself or anything, but a book that I think I would really enjoy when the time comes. So it is, let's see, it was published back in 2019 and it is set in 1936. In the deep woods of Troublesome Creek, Kentucky. The town is called Troublesome Creek. Okay, there lives a blue-skinned 19-year-old Cussie Carter, the last living female of the rare blue people ancestry. Okay, I did not expect that. The lonely young Appalachian woman joins the historical pack horse library project of Kentucky and becomes a librarian. Oh my gosh. This sounds like my kind of book. Riding across slippery creek beds and up treacherous mountains on her faithful mule to deliver books and other reading material to the impoverished hill people of eastern Kentucky. Say no more. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. After her dangerous route, Cussie, known to the mountain folk as Bluet, comforts those suspicious of her blue skin and the government's new book program. She befriends hardscrabble, and complex fellow Kentuckians and is fiercely determined to bring comfort and joy, instill literacy, and give those who have nothing a book respite, a fleeting retreat to faraway lands. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just title this video, I think you all know me better than I know myself. Because seriously, wow. I mean, I remember like looking it up. I'm always looking at lists and absorbing what books are about and, like reading the blurbs, reading the back covers. But, the process of sitting down and saying aloud the synopsis of a book, it really helps a book stick in my mind. And so, this is a helpful exercise and just a lot of fun to know that like y'all, I feel like y'all really know me well. I don't know what that means, that a bunch of people that, that y'all just know me really well, and I love that. So, yeah, I'm actually going to leave it there. I think that's a high note to end on, and I think that that's plenty for today. But just know that the post is still up if you want to add to it. If you were like, I missed it, I'll leave it linked down below. It's up, and I would imagine that since I have so many recommendations that it's just going to be like a little series on my channel of what y'all recommended to me. And, I just thank you so much. It was so, I was so delighted as the comments were coming in. I'm clearly delighted now as I'm going through the books. And I feel so inspired. I feel so inspired to pick up a book and read. I feel so inspired to read outside my comfort zone and to take in all that, y'all have given me, like these recommendations and thinking of me. It just touches me. It touches me, y'all. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Let me know about your thoughts about these books. I would love to know. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye.